What's good, gang? What is good? Today, we're gonna be ranking the worst, most brain dead Clash Royale decks ever known to mankind as of 2025, alright? So, there's a lot of Clash Royale games that go on every day, but, some of them are just worse than others, And today we're going to pick out which one just infuriate me, in my opinion, just the worst decks ever known to exist. And first, to start this deck off, this tier list, number 8, we got the Royal Giant Fisherman deck. Me personally, it has gone easy to counter this one. It's not too hard, like using my deck, like it's not that hard, but it does get bothersome at times, Like the Royal Giant just comes up, throws them big old balls at your tower, pause. But to me, the most infuriating thing is when they pair it up with an Evo Tesla. That is what just bothers me. Any push you make just automatically gets thrown in the dust with this one. Not to mention the fisherman that just be pulling units, like people pulling on your foreskin. Like, come on, just because it's there doesn't mean it has to get pulled and tugged, alright? And the hunter, he's not too bad. The Evo hunter's a different thing, so we're not gonna get into that right now, alright? But seeing that the elixir costs 3.1, comes with the Royal Giant, the little zapper dude, I don't even know what he's called, the Skellies, Fisherman, Fireball, Hunter, Log, and the Evo Tesla. I hate that Evo Tesla, dude. Y'all have no idea how much I hate that, bro. Just the worst. It's the worst. Alright, so coming in at number 7, we got the Electro Giant Golden Knight deck. Alright, so this one consists of the Barbarian Barrel, the Bomber, the Cannon, the Electro Giant, the Golden Knight that just got like a massive buff not too long ago, the Lightning, who even uses Lightning, the big 25, the Phoenix, which I don't know why people use him, it's trash, and then Tornado, I'm not gonna say the most, but a more annoying card. This one is not too much of a problem, besides, the cannon just doing cannon things, like gatekeeping, cop blocking you from the tower, And then you got, when they start actually pushing the Electro Giant with the Golden Knight, and that is a deadly combo. Not to mention the Barbarian Barrel that's used like a log now, especially since the log just got a nerf. The Barbarian Barrel is just, I don't know, sometimes I think of switching it out for the log, because the Barbarian Barrel is just sometimes better, I'm not gonna lie. Not to mention, bro, when people use the Tornado, dude, and they just pull your units into the King Tower just to activate it, it's annoying. It's like, why? How much of a cheese do you have to be, like, just to do that? Like, you're a loser if you do that, alright? You're just a horrible human being if you're doing that. But yeah, the Electro Giant, when it's pushing and it just starts zapping everything in his way, and then if you put the skeleton army or the guards or whatever spammy unit, you got the Golden Knight coming in, hopping on each other like a snow bunny with the football team, right? So there's that, and it's just overall, it's not too annoying, but this is where it starts actually, bothering you, making you want to uninstall the game. This is just the peak of the iceberg. This is where it's starting to get worse. Alright, enough of that. Had to take a break because of what was about to come. And next up, just a little worse, not too much, but we got the Mega Knight Miner Zap Bait. The miner back in the day used to be a very, very big problem. Now it's just I don't know what do people say. It's just the shell of what it used to be, something like that. It's not as good. The miner just got nerf after nerf after nerf, and I feel like it could be just slightly, a little better. Just add like about 5 more damage. Not nothing crazy, because it can just spam. It's what, leave it out. Leave it out. But you got the Mega Knight Miner Zap Bait deck at number 6. All right. So we got the miner, the little skeleton barrel, the Mega Knight, Inferno Dragon, which I like. It's not too bad. The bats, the Goblin Gang, the Spear Goblins, and the Zap. This one, it's not too bothersome. It's starting to become a problem because of the Evo Mega Knight and the Evo Skeleton Barrel. That's when it's becoming a problem. But regardless, it's not too bad. 7 and 6 are interchangeable. It's nothing too bad. You can just you don't gotta be expert to get away with defending this. It's just the miner just be chipping at your tower, and while you're trying to take that out, they'll spam the skeleton barrel at one side, Mega Knight other, or together. Goblin Gang push that. Bats and the Inferno Tower when you try to put a tank in front, but it's not. I mean, not Inferno Tower, Inferno Dragon, but it's not too bad. So that one doesn't have too much to say. So we're gonna get on to the next one. All right, at number 5, and this is where it starts to get juicy, and not in a good way. We got the Royal Hog deck. So it has the Zapper little ball thing. I don't know what he is. Nice mustache though. The little cannon barrel floaty thing. I don't remember the name of it. I took a long hiatus from this game, but it was there before I left. It came out when I was on, but I took a long hiatus. So if I don't know the names of these, don't butcher me. We got the Fireball, the Goblin Cage, the Royal Knights, I believe is what they're called, the Zappies, Barbarian Barrel, and last but not least, these little Sons of Bacons, the Royal Hogs. This one comes at 3.9 elixir, just a little more on the higher end, but the most annoying thing isn't the Zappies, the Goblin Cage dude, little steroid up Goblin, wannabe Hulk, or the little flying cannon thingy. That is not the worst thing. The worst thing is the Royal Hogs and the Royal Knights. That's just horrible. The Royal Knights is spammed everywhere in the back. Especially on 2 times elixir. Not to mention, if you get pushed into the overtime, oh brother, you just got Royal Hogs pushed, not the Royal Hogs, the Royal Knights pushed in the back. And then ready to start a big push. You get thrown with the Royal Hogs. And it seems no matter what I put down, I put a whole Mega Knight on top of it, Valkyrie, and somehow they always chip damage, It's just, I don't have a Fireball in my deck, but it doesn't do too bad, but it just somehow always gets a hit in, and I'm like, that's the annoying thing. It just somehow always ends up getting a hit in. Overall, it's not too bad. So, what is it? I already lost track. What is it, number 4? Number 6? I don't know, bro, but this is just how much brain dead these decks are. Alright, now, hold on to your britches, alright? This is where it's starting to get bad. So if you click off, I don't, but I understand, because this is where it gets bad. We got the little Suspicious Bush cycle deck. When I tell you, I don't want to say lack of skill, because it does take just a slight skill, I guess, but not as much as other decks, let's be honest. But it gets paired up with the Evo Firecracker. Very annoying card, alright? And not me being salty because I don't have it yet, but I'm salty, alright? And you got the Evo Firecracker, the Suspicious Bush, the little fireball thing. I don't even remember his name anymore. I don't remember the names of these no more. The arrows, the bats, skellies, ice spirit, and the log. All coming down to a whopping 1.9 elixir cost just for this deck. And you know, the worst thing about this deck is how nothing seems to hit the suspicious bush unless you automatically throw a spell on it, or like drop a Mega Knight, something with splash damage on top of it that hits it. Otherwise, these people will come with rock, juicy, hard stone hammers and just start beating that wood on the tower. Pause. You know? And this is just, you know, it just somehow always, nothing hits it. Just nothing hits it, which makes me upset. Unless you forcefully go out of your way to drop something splash damage on top. Not to mention this little midget, but baddie, evil firecracker. And I hope she is of age. If not, she is not bad. But I'm pretty sure because she is fighting a war. Alright? But, and now, like, no Diddy, okay? No Diddy. But, this evil firecracker, dude, when I tell you the amount of times I've lost because it'll shoot from half an arena away and hit my tower with the little splash it does, going everywhere like my nut, it gets crazy. Like, and it doesn't do little damage, it does more damage than a lot of the other units for no reason, for no freaking reason. And it just makes me upset. This is where I start getting mad, and rightfully so. And if you're using one of these decks that I'm mentioning, delete the game. Like, there's no reason you should be playing this game if you're not using a single brain cell, the only brain cell you have. Like, this, man, is making my blood pressure go up. I hate this game. I hate the game, bro, but I just can't stop playing it, you know? I got back into it, haven't stopped playing. I'm at 8,000 trophies. It used to reset and bring you down all the way back down, but now apparently you just stay there. It's a lot more arenas than what I'm used to. So there's that. And no words. Actually, yeah, I hate this deck. Coming in at number 3, we have the X-Bow deck. You know, back then it had a little peak moment and it dropped off, and I was like, oh man, the days, you know, the horrible days are beyond us. But no, people really at Supercell, you know, the developers of Clash Royale, decided to bring this Brainrot of a deck back. Why? What's the purpose of bringing this deck back? You know, alright, it has 3 elixir for the deck. That's the cost. Coming in hot, zappy with the Evo freaking Tesla. You know, the Evo skeletons, which at first I didn't know they multiply when I came back. So I saw one skeleton and I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's whatever, let him hit my tower, I don't care. I gotta defend a whole Mega Knight with a whole P.E.K.K.A. on a rage spell with a freeze in his backhand. You know, let me defend that and not worry about this one skeleton that's ready to get a bone in. Alright, little did I know, after one hit they start multiplying like crazy. Just multiplying back and back and back. Like, what? I didn't know this. And I lost my tower because I didn't know they multiply. Like, I'll call me Unk, I don't care, but I didn't know they multiply. And then we got the archer baddies, and then we got the prince. Pretty sure it's a prince. The X freaking bow. Hate that card, dude. The firebomb, which I used to use a lot back then. The log, which is a staple in almost every deck. Like, just pure peak, nothing crazy, just peak. All right, I just hate that kills the goblin barrel every time, but it's peak. And then we got the ball zappy thingy. Wait, I need to look this name up because y'all are gonna flame me, but whatever he is, he's there. So if you're running this deck, your parents hate you. There's no different thing. Your parents hate you, and if they found out you were using this deck, you would be a disappointment and an outcast to the family. Nobody would love you. You know, Nobody likes going against this deck, bro. You try to push, they got the whole Tesla whipping around on the side of the bridge while the Expo is setting up all that wood to start hitting your tower. And then you got the long to take down anything you try to put in front of me. I try to put in a skeleton army just to come out and do logs, my whole thing. Then I don't even remember what I put down, but he just fireballed it after that. So I had to throw a goblin bear on the back, just showing what's up. But once that Expo locks onto your tower, you better throw your whole 10 elixir on top of it. You better stop that freaking Expo, bro. Otherwise, it's GG's. GG's. Nothing you can do. Hate that deck. Man, it's just... And the bad thing is, it's only going to get worse from here. This used to be the worst deck, but now we got even worse things to look forward to. Alright. Coming in at number 2, which could be interchangeable with number 3. But I have this at my number 2 of the worst decks known to mankind. To us, Clash Royale players. That number 2 is the Lumber Loon Double Dragon freaking freeze spell, dude. What is this monstrosity of a deck? This brain dead deck. One brain cell is needed to play this. And man, this is a no skill deck. Coming in at average elixir of 4.0. It's just the balloon mixed in with the lumberjack, the inferno dragon, the ball-headed freaking bowler. I smack on top of his head. The nice electro dragon, change of pace. That's not a card you don't see too much. The annoying freaking tornado. And the freeze spell. And to top it off, the barbarian barrel. Alright. So, people who make these pushes, like once they know you put a tank on one side, they immediately throw this right on top of the other side, knowing very well it does not take skill to play this deck. But all it takes, honestly, is the lumberjack and balloons. Forget the rest. The free spell is just the cherry on top of the pie. That once the balloon makes it's halfway to the tower, you can put an inferno tower. Once it gets halfway and they freeze it, GG's, bro. GG's. You're not that, bro. Not to mention these level 15, bro. Level 15 balloons, dude, doing so much damage. It's insane. The balloon honestly needs like a little slight nerf on the damage, bro. Cause not to mention it drops a whole bomb once it comes crumbling down. But the balloon with the lumberjack, once it's on rage, it's like a bull on steroids, ready, and you're wearing red underwear, ready to hit that butt. Right? You're not escaping once it locks on. Once a bomb drops on your tower, it's over. Pack it up. People are like, pack it up. It's time to go home. Alright? It's time for you to log off. And just think about life. Touch grass. Because this deck, it's no skill, bro. No skill at all. And that freaking freeze spell, bro. Once they take your tower and all the emojis that come with it. I got PTSD from the balloon. Every time I hear a basketball hit the pavement, somebody drop a book or something, or drop their phone. Once I hear that thump on the floor, my heart stops and I start scrambling for cover, because that freaking balloon on freaking steroids from a rage, that freaking lumberjack drops, after he oofs off, has traumatized me, chat. It has freaking traumatized me. And my kids will know this PTSD from genetics, because that's how traumatized I am, alright? Get this deck out the game, bro. Get it out the game. Last but not freaking least, the most annoying deck I have ever come across. Not the no skill. It might as well be no skill. It takes slight skill from the other decks, but this is the worst deck I freaking hate going against. And is the Hog Cycle deck, dude. What are you doing if you're playing this, dude? What do you do in life? Do you just goon and play Clash Royale? Is that all you do? Like, is that all you do? Just goon and play Clash Royale? Because what else do you do if you're running this deck? Nothing. This deck is so trash, dude. Oh man, I'm pretty sure it's 2.6 or something like that. I don't have the elixir on this because I didn't want to research this deck more. But we come in with the cannon, already cop blocking towers. So, there's no fun in that. The fireball, which, it's just a fireball. Oh, well, hot meatball. We got, we're saving him for last because we already know who it is. And we got the ice golem. They'll put in the middle of their side of the arena and make your unit run a whole marathon before it even gets a lick in. If it gets lucky, but at least he has some nice sideburns to go with it. We got the little ice spirit. Not too bad, but the towers somehow don't kill it before it hits. I don't know why it has so much health. We got the classic staple, the wood with spikes, Mr. Log himself. The musketeer, which she's not that bad, she's in the all right place right now. And the skeleton just help run through this horrible cycle over there. And the last but not least, Mr. Hog Rider himself, dude. Bro, for 4 elixir, dude, this freaking hog riding son of a... he needs a nerf, bro. Why does he have so much health, bro? So much freaking health for 4 elixir. Not to mention, he attacks buildings first. So forget, defending himself. He doesn't care as long as he gets to beat that big, hard, girthy hammer on top of your building. He doesn't care what happens to him. He's a masochist, alright? He does not care. All it takes is, somebody putting a skeleton or the ice golem in front, throwing a hog right in the back. Forget your inferno tower. That's out of the picture. Once this freaking dude comes for you, he is coming. And yes, Diddy, he is coming for your cheek, alright? This dude is just so annoying to me, bro. He just somehow always gets a freaking hit in my tower. I don't know how. No matter how many cards I put, this little freaking hog riding dude is always hitting at least once on your tower. Twice, even at times, twice he hits. Not to mention the amount of damage on top of how much health he has for 4 elixir. Just to hit your tower, bro. Oh my. Luckily, my deck counters this. But, oh my, you don't know how long it took me to finally, perfect my deck where it counters this and like other things. Dude, the amount of hate I have for this deck, almost as much as the Lumberloo. But that freaking Hog Rider needs a nerf. I don't care. Hot take, I don't freaking care. But it needs a nerf. Alright, it needs a freaking nerf. So much freaking health for no reason. A lot of damage. And he's fast, bro. He jumps over, bro. He I don't know. I'm pretty sure he still jumps over. And he comes for the cheeks, alright? He comes for cheeks, bro. He doesn't even walk himself. That's how cool he thinks he doesn't even walk for himself. He rides a hog and comes and beats you down to oblivion. So that is my #1 most annoying brain dead deck ever, is a hog cycle as of right now. And I just hate this deck so much, dude. Y'all have no idea how much I hate this deck, dude. I would sell my left nut just for people not to go, against this anymore, dude. Just for this to come to an end. Have my left testicle, bro. I don't care anymore. Get this. Not to mention, bro, if you're pay to play, bro. Oh my goodness. But that is a topic for another day. But if you are pay to play, I hate you even more, dude. And you're running this deck. I'm so glad this Hog Rider does not have an Evo. Once it gets an Evo, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. Delete the game, uninstall, 1-star it, report it. do whatever you have to do but once it gets to Evo, it's over, dude. That's it. But anyways, if you like it, bro, subscribe, bro, and like this, bro. Cause if y'all don't like and subscribe, bro, my blood pressure will go up for no reason, and y'all don't want that, bro. At least give me a reason for having my blood pressure this high up today, bro. Like, I hate this deck, dude. It's the worst, but man, I'll catch y'all in the next time, bro. Y'all take it easy. Love ya. Bye.